Hello everyone, welcome back to the Revival. Today is the FA Cup match against Everton and we're away from home. We'll be sporting our beautiful tangerine coloured outfits today. Here's the lineup: Schubert in goal, Todibo and Aya at centre back with Willems and Juanfran either side of them. Unfortunately, Henriks is still injured. However, we do have some good news because returning from injury today is Vinicius Jr., who will be starting from the bench, however. In midfield, we have Zakaria playing behind Shelvey and Xavi, with Ribery, Saint Maximin and Timo Werner up front. Schubert is playing in goal ahead of Angus Gunn in this game. You have to give the goalkeeper some time as a backup. It doesn't do him any good to be sitting on the bench the entire season. He needs some game time from time to time. It doesn't hurt that Angus Gunn was on a red arrow, and Schubert, although still in pretty iffy form, is on an orange. So he gets the... sorry, just a little bit disjointed there. What was going on with those animations? It was all jerky and all over the place. Schubert gets the nod just because he's in slightly better form. There's not too much between the two goalkeepers, to be fair to them, so a lot of the time it will just come down to whether or not one of them is in form and one of them isn't. So Everton start off kicking left to right in this first half, down at Goodison Park, or at least the closest approximation that we have to it. They seem to be attacking down our left side, which is something of a weak area for us at the moment. We've talked about this in previous episodes. Early shot, never going to test the goalkeeper. Don't know why they even bothered trying, but there we are. Ball played forward to Xavi, can't quite get onto it though. Everton have the ball back in their possession. Playing it between the centre-backs at the moment, just looking for an opportunity. Newcastle pressing very well. All the way back to the goalkeeper, and they have to knock it long. Werner, and there's the first goal of the game. Timo Werner with a very simple turn and shot, set up by his strike partner Alan St Maximin. Werner's been out of the goals a little bit recently. He'll be looking to get an absolute hatful today. Defender just not doing enough to hold him off. He was able to turn on the ball and get the shot away on his favoured right foot. A shame that Shelvey didn't continue his run, otherwise he could have had a through ball slid into him. But it's a goal nonetheless, regardless of who scored it. Good early pressing from Newcastle United. They really want to make sure that wherever possible they're able to put pressure on the Everton players, force them into some early mistakes in the passing department. Oh, this could be good for Everton. Unfortunately, it wasn't for them. Here's Maximin on the ball. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. And unfortunately for Newcastle, the defender able to get a toe to it. It was beautiful play right up until that final moment. Oh, this is wonderful from Newcastle. Absolutely superb from Newcastle. It's another headed goal for Frank Ribery. 2 goals in 2 games. Sorry, 2 in 3 games for Frank Ribery now with his head. And that was just wonderful build-up play on the right-hand side and a proper attacking header into the ground. Beat the goalkeeper and then bounced into the roof of the net. You love seeing those ones go in, you really do. And on 20 minutes, the advantage doubled, and you could almost be forgiven for thinking that this game has already gotten away from Everton. Shelvey doing a great job of pressing there. Through ball into Werner. Support in the middle. Can't find it. Zakaria putting pressure on. And he puts on sufficient pressure that the pass is a little bit off. Picked up by Newcastle, and Ribery able to win a corner from the resultant attack. Goal kick, I think. Yeah. Maximan not really renowned for being a fantastic crosser of the ball. He has his moments, but more often than not, he's off target with them. That's brilliant from Zakaria. Shelvey again with the intercept. And Werner just slightly offside, unfortunately. It was an imaginative pass from Ribery. Perhaps he should have gone for the return ball to Maximan, who was making a run into the area there. Oh, he's going to hit it. It was a good effort. And surely, oh my word. Oh, easy third goal for Maximan. Very unselfish by Timo Werner. You love to see that kind of play between centre forwards. And while you could argue that the goal ultimately was reasonably fortunate, it really deserved something after some brilliant attacking play in the build-up. .3-0, and an absolute tonnage of weight has been lifted from the shoulders of these players. You can see the freedom with which they're playing. They're willing to try things, and most of those things are coming off. Everton, to their credit though, have not given up. Although Willems just shows the confidence that these players now have. The way he was able to win that ball, and the ball won back by Ribery. Loose pass there, Everton able to pick it back up. Everton persisting, attacking these wide areas in the hopes of getting something out of it. But Newcastle escape with the ball and with a clean sheet in this first half. Goals shared around the front line today, with Werner, Ribery and Maximan all getting one goal apiece. For the scoreline at half-time here at wherever the hell we are. The problem is, like normally I'd be fairly confident that this was just a home fixture for Everton, so we'd be at Goodison. But we could be anywhere. The FA Cup is a weird one like that in this game. So, second half, no changes required. We're going to get straight back underway. Newcastle now shooting from left to right. And we'll see just, well, that's a poor first pass. Really, we could do without allowing oh my God, Everton could be straight in here. Great save by Schubert. You really don't want to let a team back in. 3-0 might sound like a pretty easy scoreline, but you let one in this early in the second half and things can collapse on you so easily. Header from Todibo. Ribery wins the ball again. Is there nothing that this little genius can't do? Use the trick stick apparently. That's pretty poor from Juanfran, and he's put his team in a spot of bother. However, Everton dwell on the ball a little bit too long and have allowed Newcastle to set themselves a little bit more defensively. And they escape with the ball, and now Newcastle on the counter. But the ball is intercepted by Everton again, and now they can have a go back at Newcastle. This really is an end-to-end encounter. And there is a goal for Everton. It's a very, very easy one for Moise Kean. It's 3-1 on the night. Very poor defending from Newcastle United. There's a question of offside for the player on the right-hand side there. But the Everton fans won't care. They've got a goal back. And now we'll just have to wait and see as to what effect this has on the game overall. There's a little bit more snap in these Everton tackles now. Some of that confidence that abandoned them in the first half has now returned. Juanfran picks up the ball, plays it infield to Todibo, who plays it across to Aya. They're looking for a little bit of space to play into here, Newcastle. Xavi. Timo Werner taken off of the ball. Long ball forward. I don't think this is going to be a problem for Newcastle. Willems has got the legs. But in an effort to keep the ball in, he's conceded possession and has now conceded a corner kick. Interesting cross by the Everton player there. Results in a goal kick. And Everton are doing a pretty decent job of pressing at this point. Long ball forward, Maximan has it. Plays a long raking ball for Ribery. Ribery heads it back across. Here's Werner. He can't get the turn on the ball in time. It's a shame. If the header had been a little bit more accurate. Shelvey. Lob ball over to Ribery, who has the ball in room. Plays it back to Willems. Crossed into the box. Newcastle will retain possession of the ball. Here's Juanfran. Crosses it in. Long ball forward again. Newcastle able to pick it up. And they're just playing the nice, simple, easy balls. There's no pressure on Newcastle. They're already 3-1 up. Maximan. Ribery goes out for a corner kick. Just going to change things around a little bit here. Balotore out here on the left-hand side, having come on for Willems. Plays it centrally for Hayden. Nice little 1-2 between Hayden and Nkunku. Doesn't quite come off. And now Everton on the break. Nkunku continues his run. It's a shame. The return ball was played, but it wasn't accurate enough. It deflected off of an Everton foot. That was an interesting looking pass there by Maximan. I think he might have played a little bit of a... hang on a second. Here's a chance. Oh, Ribery so close. Let's see if we can rewind, how far back we can rewind on this. If we can get a decent camera angle. No, we can't get a good angle on it. And I don't think that the replay goes that far back. But I'm pretty convinced if you rewind your video, at some point Maximan plays a Rabona pass in that move. 5 seconds of added on time remaining. And that's it. Newcastle United through to another round of the FA Cup. You could see what it meant to the players as they sank to their knees in joy. The Everton players not happy with their performance. They know that they had a chance here and they've let it slip early doors. Solid performance by Newcastle United. The three front men sharing the spoils. Timo Werner getting man of the match. And let's have a look at the other results in the FA Cup today. In these quarter-finals, you can see Manchester City, Newcastle United, Liverpool and Tottenham all through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Speaking of which, in the semi-finals we will see Manchester City taking on Newcastle United and Liverpool taking on Tottenham in the other half of the draw. So a pretty good performance by Newcastle United today, booking their place in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. And next up we do have a semi-final dress rehearsal, if you will. I'm not selling him for 8 million. Go away. As Newcastle United take on Manchester City in the Premier League. But that is going to be a game for next time. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.